Hey everybody, JBuzzSaw79 here with another build. This is a Rebel build. I just got done flying here for the first time today, and I really want to jump right into it, so here we go. First up is just Pava. And really she's the end result of the build itself. I'll explain why in a minute here. But she's running a T-70, so 3 pilot skill, 3 attack, 2 defense, 3 hull, 3 shield, focus target lock, and boost with a torpedo, astromech, and a tech slot. When attacking or defending, you may reroll 1 die for each other friendly ship at range 1, which is really nice for her because basically, if you get some other, like let's say 2 other ships sitting here supporting her, she can reroll 2 defense dice, so it's like, oh, I got a blank and a blank. Pick those up. Oh, I got to focus and evade, so then I spend appropriately dodge or attack as well, because she doesn't ever really take the target lock, and generally she just takes focus. So to go with her is the M9G8 for 3 points. When you have a ship locked, you may choose 1 deck dice. You must reroll it. You can acquire target locks on friendly ships. So this gives her basically, essentially Predator. In a weird way, it's Predator because you target lock an ally. So basically, she target locks one of these other 2 ships in this build, and can supply them with a 1 roll. So. I'll also go with there. I'm using a Protect for the Hypercom wave scanner. At the start of the placement, she can choose to treat her pilot skill as 0, 6, or 12, which is very important because if you're running against a low pilot skill group, having to be able to sit at 6 and watch your opponent place first is very handy. Furthermore, during setup, after another friendly ship is placed at range 1 to 2, which these are all going to be placed at range 1, you may assign a focus or evade token to a ship, which, again, we'll get to in just 1 second. And finally, of course, to round her off, I'm playing the Integrated Astromech for 0 points to try to keep her alive as long as possible if apparently my rerolling is not working enough for me. To go with her is my Red Ace Old Art Smexy. Pilot skill 6, standard T-70 there for stat line, the bar of course, as well as the action bar. Interesting. I just noticed. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the heck's her name now? Pava, and I've just noticed that the upgrade section down here is backwards almost. It is, oh, actually, it's slightly off. An original card, it should be torpedo first, then the astromech, and then the tech slot. But I see that on the artwork, it's slightly different. That's interesting. Yeah. Moving on to that Red Ace here. The first time you remove a shield token each round, assign 1 evade token to the ship. So that's very interesting. Liking that a lot. And that's kind of where it started for me, because basically I really wanted to use Red Ace in a build. And of course I went standard with that, with the R2-D2. Each time you do a green maneuver, you can go ahead and put a shield token back on. And of course you need the comm relay involved in that. So you can store the evade token for later on, put it in your pocket and hold it, basically. And then finally, an integrated astromech, of course, just to keep her alive if you really need to, because again, sometimes you need to pop it only so you can try to get that 1 last push for damage in sometimes. So with that being said, basically the whole thing hinges on, generally, if lower pilot skill. But 9 times out of 10, I use Pava, and I use up the comm scanner here, and seed her at 6. And because she's seated at 6, I put her down first. And then right after that, I use her ability to give the evade token to Red Ace. So as soon as she hits the field, she has one evade on her already. Ideally, then, that is one miss on me. If, like, let's say they roll 3 hits, I roll 1 evade, as a token, and take 1 shield off. I get the evade back, and next round, if I can eke out a green maneuver here with R2, I get the shield back. So tanky. I played her today. She took a giant hit right away, and 4 rounds later, she was all healed back up, ready to run back in, which surprised the person I was playing with. So yeah, and I played against another robot list, which was the same as the other day. So, and then the target lock ability, if you remember from the M9 G8, I think it is, yeah, M9 G8. I put that on because who would not want to play their favorite pilot but Poe Dameron? That's right, Mr. Popo. Popo. Piccolo. Alright, DBZ references. The alt art of Poe there, same stat line as every T70 you've seen so far, of course. Except he has an EPT on him. The other two do not. Otherwise, it's the same exact card. Pilot ability is same as any other Poe Dameron. When attacking or defending, if you have a focus token, you may change 1 focus result to a hit or evade result, and then you keep that focus on. Now, compared to my last year's Tour Championship Poe Dameron, the only thing I've kept the same at this point currently is running the R5P9 because I love the droid here versus R2 I like there. This gives me an enormous amount of flexibility to burn a focus token to restore shield at the end. And with Pava target locking Poe, Poe can roll, let's say he rolls a hit, 2 hits / crits, and then has 1 blank. Rerolls pilot ability. Now I get 3 hits. I mean, the consistency for Poe is great because, again, he doesn't have to spend that focus token. I just need 1 to be another focus, and then hopefully something else to be a hit, so I can put 3 damage out. Even more consistency than normal with Poe then. To make room for Pava, I actually had to drop auto thrusters, which sucks because I like auto thrusters on Poe. But for this particular build, I had to step back down, taking the integrated astromech just to, again, the extra hit. And I also had to remove VI off, and then had to settle with adaptability to increase Poe to 9 that way. From the Store Championship edition of this last year, I rolled that as a VI, so I got to 10. But yeah, this is the build here. This build is 99 points. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I think it's very viable for a 3T70 list, so enjoying that. So I might be using this a lot right now just to try to get some more bugs out of it and see if this is something I want to play this upcoming year, depending on what else comes out, of course, because Wave 11 was announced the other day. And, TIE Avenger TLTs are something I'm interested in also, at least, 2 or something, but we'll see that later. I digress. So, if you enjoyed this, thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Any kind of comments you can put in are always welcome. And please feel free, if you have time and enjoyed this content, I would ask you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I very much appreciate that. And that's all I have to say for right now. So look forward to some more builds. And I have a friend of mine who has told me exactly that I can, of course, start recording. And he has another friend, too, that he knows. I haven't met the other one yet. But we're going to start recording some live matches to put with these builds in. So you can kind of see some of my builds, at the very least, being actually played out for once. So look forward to that. So yeah, this is JBuzzSauce79 signing off, saying thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more.